The boxing world is currently united in grief as fans, fighters, and family members come to terms with the heartbreaking news surrounding Ricky Hatton's funeral announcement. Known worldwide as the Hitman, Ricky Hatton was more than just a champion fighter. He was an icon, a legend, and above all, a man who never lost touch with his roots. Now, as the official details of his funeral have been confirmed, supporters across the globe are preparing to say a final farewell to one of the most beloved boxers in British sporting history. Born in Stockport, Manchester, Ricky Hatton's journey into boxing was one of hard work, grit, and determination. From a very young age, he showed signs of his fighting spirit, stepping into the gym with a passion that would soon transform him into one of the most recognizable names in the sport. For Ricky, boxing was never just about titles or money. It was about pride, about representing his community, and about giving everything he had to entertain the fans who supported him through every victory and every setback. The Hatton family has now officially released a statement regarding his funeral, and it has touched the hearts of millions. They confirmed that the service will be private, attended only by family members, close friends, and boxing colleagues who were part of Ricky's incredible journey. However, in a move that reflects Ricky's deep connection with his fans, the family has also announced plans for a memorial service that will be open to the public, ensuring that the supporters who stood by him throughout his career will have the chance to pay their respects. The funeral itself will take place in Manchester, a city that Ricky Hatton loved deeply and proudly represented throughout his career. Known for carrying the Manchester flag into the ring, Hatton never missed an opportunity to remind the world where he came from. It is only fitting that his final farewell will happen in the same place where his boxing dreams first began. Local authorities are preparing for a huge turnout, as thousands of fans are expected to line the streets, gather outside the service, and take part in community vigils to honour his memory. Ricky's career was nothing short of remarkable. He became a two-weight world champion, defeating Kostya Tszyu in a legendary 2005 fight that cemented his place among the sport's greats. His aggressive style, body shots, and relentless pressure made him a fan favourite across the globe. Whether he was fighting in Manchester or under the bright lights of Las Vegas, Ricky always carried the energy of his hometown with him. His battles with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, though ending in defeat, showcased his courage, his willingness to fight the best, and his unbreakable heart inside the ring. But Ricky Hatton's appeal went beyond boxing. He was loved because he was relatable. He was a man who, despite all the fame and success, remained humble, approachable, and down to earth. He never allowed stardom to change who he was. Fans recall seeing him in pubs, in football stadiums, and walking through Manchester as if he were just another neighbour. This authenticity is what set him apart. It made him not just a champion, but a people's champion. The announcement of his funeral has triggered an outpouring of tributes from across the sporting world. Promoter Frank Warren described Ricky as a warrior in the ring and a gentleman outside it. Eddie Hearn called him an inspiration who showed young fighters what it meant to fight with heart. Current and former boxers, from Tyson Fury to Anthony Joshua, have spoken emotionally about the impact Hatton had on their careers, both directly and indirectly. Fury, who trained with Ricky in the past, shared that Hatton was like a big brother figure, someone who always looked out for the younger generation of fighters. Even outside of boxing, tributes have been overwhelming. Manchester City and Manchester United, clubs that Ricky supported passionately, have announced moments of silence before their next matches to honour him. Local gyms and youth boxing academies across the UK are holding tribute nights, replaying his classic fights and sharing stories of the times he inspired young boxers to believe in themselves. His influence stretched beyond boxing. It touched the very culture of Manchester, embedding him into the city's identity. The Hatton family has also revealed that after the private funeral service, there will be a public celebration of Ricky's life. This memorial will allow fans to gather together, share memories, and celebrate not only his career, but also the man he was outside the ring. Fans will be invited to leave flowers, tributes, and messages of remembrance. Plans are also underway for a permanent memorial statue in Manchester, ensuring that future generations will always remember the pride of their city. What makes Ricky Hatton's legacy so powerful is the balance of triumph and vulnerability. A fighter who experienced the highs of championship glory, but also the lows of personal struggles. Ricky was open about his battles with mental health, showing incredible courage in speaking publicly about depression and the difficulties athletes face after retirement. In doing so, he inspired countless people to seek help, proving that strength isn't only about winning in the ring, it's also about having the courage to admit when you're struggling. This honesty further endeared him to fans because it showed the human side of a champion. As the day of the funeral approaches, the entire nation seems to be preparing for an emotional farewell. In Manchester, murals of Ricky are being decorated with flowers, candles, and handwritten notes from fans. Across social media, hashtags like #RIP and #the Hitman Live On are trending worldwide, with fans sharing their favourite memories of his fights, interviews, and community appearances. His name continues to echo far beyond the boxing ring, symbolizing the enduring impact he had on everyone who followed his career. For those who loved Ricky Hatton, this funeral will not just be a goodbye, it will be a celebration of everything he stood for. It will honor his fearlessness, his humility, his humor, and above all, his unwavering love for the people who supported him. Though his presence will be missed, his legacy is eternal. The Hitman may have left the ring for the last time, but his spirit will continue to fight on in the hearts of fans, in the gyms of young boxers he inspired, and in the city of Manchester that will forever claim him as their own. Ricky Hatton's story is one of triumph, resilience, and authenticity. As the world gathers to bid farewell, one thing is clear: legends never die. Ricky's punches, his ring walks to Blue Moon, his smile, and his fighting heart will be remembered for generations. And as the final bell tolls on his extraordinary life, the world will stand together, not in silence, but in celebration of a true boxing great.